I remember looking down at that face on my breast before. I remember those days when he used to cry for me and my body. My breasts would get so hard and full of milk, I had to let him suck away to relieve the sensation and to give him what he needs. My body knows when he needs something, and I always give it to him. That's why he feels so entitled to me. And here I am giving it to him again like a dumbass. He knows all he has to do when I'm home is open up my robe and start sucking my nipples. He knows to suck the left one more than the right one because I lost sensation in one nipple breastfeeding him. He knows to turn the TV and his phone off because I come quicker when I can hear the sounds of what he's doing to me. He knows that if he don't stop, I'm going to give in to him again, and that can't happen. Can it? Especially since today he seems a little rushed, like he got plans after he leaves my house. And I know that he do. I can't make him stay in the house like before, and now I'm afraid I'm not even enough to keep him here now. I'm woman enough to raise you, but I'm not woman enough to keep your interests. I'm getting angry as I think about him and his plans for the day and how I'm going to handle it when he leaves here. But all the blood in my body is in my pussy now. My body knows he needs me again. I can't do anything but frown and moan, and it's getting harder and harder to say anything because all I hear is the beep from my smoke detector and faint sucking sounds. I didn't even realize the next sound was me moaning. It just came out. His thumb and his pointer finger are firmly on both my nipples now, rolling them in between his fingers, his silver wedding band rubbing up against my areolas, my cookies, as he says it. The sucking noises are from him. His lips are fully wrapped around my clit, and with closed eyes, he's sucking me. He knows I'll be ready if he shakes his head with it in his mouth. I scream. He immediately lets go of my nipples, and almost on cue, he pushes his way up, and I have to look at the side of the bathroom door, somewhat helplessly. I forgot to turn that light off and close the door, I thought. Legs wide open on the bed, I'm now lying on top of my robe. He slides up on top of me and looks at me with a little smirk on his face, as if this is guaranteed. I get lost looking at him. I can't believe I made this. I can't believe he feels like this. I'm mad that I can never really have him, and I get mad thinking about how lucky the girls his age are that can actually have him, and how women who aren't related to him can. They don't deserve him. Nobody knows me like him, and he's the only man I want. I taught him how to be a man and what to look for in a woman, and I hate myself for it because now he's a man that has deemed me unworthy of being his wife, and part of me don't think it's because I'm his mother. I made the perfect man, and now I gotta be alone with all the imperfect men of this world while these other bitches just get the man that I created. What do I get? Besides a thank you, mom, dinner for Mother's Day, and just to have him treat me like a side bitch, just like his father. As he slips it in me, I don't resist. I just wrap both my arms around his neck as if to hug him and hide my face. I don't want him to see how much I enjoy it, as if that makes it any better. By the sixth stroke, I can't hold him anymore and I fall back, looking up at his face. He has such an innocent face. I love you. I don't know why I'm fighting so hard through the urge to just simply scream like I always do to tell him this. He knows this more than anyone. He doesn't respond to me though. He just keeps pounding away, grabbing my hips and looking at my open pussy in my face, almost like he couldn't believe it. Like I'm a girl he used his charm with and finally got laid. I start grabbing my nipples as I look at him, and almost on cue, he took his hands from my hips, grabbed my nipples with his thumbs and forefingers once again, and starts drilling me with his hands firmly placed on the mattress on either sides of my head. I don't know how he does this with a smirk on his face the whole time. His beautiful face. He always has a smile on his face, almost as if he knows the world has all the best things waiting for him. I gave in. I did it again. The past 3 months without him has been harder for me than it was for him, and I know it was. He has a family to go to. Who do I have when I'm done? I tried to avoid him and take myself away from him to punish him or see if I can finally get someone to take his place. Each time it only ends up with me being lonely and without anyone. Meanwhile, he gets to go on with his life and tell everyone he just hasn't seen his mother in a while, which sounds completely normal. I am in the most painful prison and I have no one. What are you doing today? You staying? I ask when we're done in an almost hopeful tone, even though I already know what the answer is. He has his phone in hand facing away from me, checking messages, I guess. I'll stay for a little bit, but you know I gotta get out of here around 4, he says, as he turns over on his stomach. I guess he's done doing whatever he didn't want me to see on his phone. I can't compete with his phone. Okay, well, you can relax with me for a while, I say as he plays a video on his phone that got him laughing, cutting me off mid-sentence. He looks up from his phone at me when the video stops. He sees I'm getting aggravated in my face. He knows I don't like trying to talk to people fiddling with their phones. I can't believe he's spending so little time with me today. I can't even remember what I was going to say. Okay, mommy. And he tries to lean over and tries to grab and hug on me and finally grabs me on top, putting his phone back down on the nightstand while I start kissing on his neck on top of him. He knows I'm not happy, but he'll throw me a comfort crumb every now and again. You know, next weekend I'll be here. Jessica's going on a trip, taking the whole weekend off. I'm not. Before he could finish, the phone notification rings a text, and he grabs his phone. He ain't waste no time to answer the text, whoever it is. He reads it, turning away from me, and gets up and grabs for his clothes in the bathroom on the counter. What's wrong? I gotta go. Why? He rushes to put his clothes on, not answering me, looking upset. I know from his face it has something to do with Jessica. Nah, listen, mommy, as he kisses me. I'll call you when I get home. I gotta go do something. Laying on my robe, I quickly put it on and try to meet him at the door. I'm so angry, but I taught him to be responsible and to be there for his woman, so what can I say? Already almost to the front door, I follow him out in the hallway. You gotta go do what? He looks at me as if he knows what comes next. An argument. And he's right. He puts his hand on the door lock, and as he unlocks it just to leave the front door, so you're not gonna answer me? And he didn't. He just turned around, putting his hood over his head and left out. My son doesn't argue. He just looked at me. I looked at his lips and his mustache. My son does what he wants.